I thought it was very interesting. Yeah, I was quite pleased with, I think, the level of, ironically, transparency that was showed.
I thought there were some really interesting questions and some very strong answers.
Great session with the equities guy from Nomura.
Welcome to the first of a series of 7 ID Comms event series.
That I've got a few slides to run through.
Iain, please welcome.
Today we are starting with the first T, which is transparency. We're very excited to be here at CNBC Studios in London. So we're looking forward to a great discussion. We'll have loads of brands here ready to ask questions, and our ambition is to really raise and elevate this discussion on transparency to something which is really constructive and meaningful for the industry.
Why is transparency such an important subject today? Because it's about advertisers' money, and some of that money seems to be disappearing. So it's a good idea to find out where it's going.
This is something that investors tend to deliberate a lot about because increased transparency in their view might potentially lead to greater scrutiny over agency margins.
Transparency sits at the heart of trust, and if you haven't got a trust in the client-agency relationship, there's going to be problems.
I think the events like this help in that they get people talking about thorny issues, and that's the way that we as an industry resolve most of our thorny issues. We don't. Most of the time we don't rely on legislation, and most of the time we self-regulate, and I think that this is the sort of issue where we will need to self-regulate if we're going to resolve it. Otherwise, the ecosystem, as Iain Jacob referred to it, kind of collapses.
Thank you for the invite. Always good to be able to hear a wider perspective on a big industry issue.
I think the session was really useful. If they were doing other sessions in a similar way, I'd definitely attend. Short session, good timing, very useful.
It's been great to come to the event today. It's really interesting to have an open conversation with different people in the industry.
If you would join me in thanking our panellists for such a provocative discussion.
There's got to be a re-establishment of improved trust, and I think that was the key topic that came out.
I thought it was really well done, really interesting and well put together, and long overdue that as an industry we should come together and talk about these issues openly.